Hey, everybody, this is Dan from Peterson Farms, Cerberus Live Scan, and welcome to Solutions for the Firearm Industry, episode number one. We're going to talk about SOT, the Special Occupational Tax, what it is, how to get it, and what to do with it. So, first things first, welcome to the podcast. We're trying something new. Going to do some informational series on the industry, some pieces of our software, which is Cerberus Live Scan and Merlin, the distribution warehouse search tool. I had some people ask some questions if we would do something like this and put it together. So here we are. So the SOT, or Special Occupational Tax. It is a tax that is paid annually. The tax season goes from July 1st to June 30th. There is no prorations to it. So that means if you paid now, end of May 2024, it'd only be good for about a month if you picked the 23-24 tax season. So what you need to do is when you apply, make sure you pick the correct calendar year or the tax season that you want to utilize, because again, there is no proration for it. So what is it? The SOT allows FFLs to deal in NFA, National Firearm Act items, silencers, suppressors, short barrels, and allow them to move without a tax from manufacturer to FFL, from warehouse distributor to FFL, and also between FFLs without paying a tax on it. Otherwise, anytime every item moves, it's a $200 tax stamp and time that gets paid to the ATF. So um, if you're not a licensee and don't have your SOT, if you were to buy a suppressor that you wanted to sell, you could buy it from a warehouse. They're going to put it on a form 4 to you, and then you'd have to pay $200 to move it. Licensees can get their SOT, provide that to the manufacturer, provide that to the warehouse, provide that to the other FFL, and then we can do what's called a form 3, and that item moves without a tax. So let's get into it of how do we get it. So Google is fired up. I just put in special occupation tax, and it's a pay.gov website. That's the collection arm of the government and where we can pay. And then we want this special occupation tax. So we're going to go into it. There's instructions on how to fill out the form. So that's what I got loaded up here. And if you look at the instructions, the very first thing we have to make sure we have is this piece right here. If you want to get your SOT, you must have a federal employment or employer identification number. Whether you're sole proprietor or not, you have to have an EIN to go into the form. If you don't have an EIN, then you go click on this link here, apply online at the IRS, and we can go to this website, apply for the employer identification number, EIN online, and it'll walk you through it. Pretty painless, easy process. Basically need some demographic information, when the business was formed, what type of business it is, etc. And if you select the digital version of it, you'll get it almost immediately. If you select the manual version, they'll mail it out to you in a couple weeks. So strong recommendation to get it. And what they're going to send you, either as a PDF or in the mail, is a document that looks kind of like this. It's going to have the business name, an address on it. It's going to have the employer identification number on the upper right-hand side. And that's from that point forward is effectively your business's social security number or identification number. And you can use that for banking, for commerce, for DUNS, for your SOT. So IRS website, instructions here. If you want to read through the rest of that, I'll walk you through step by step, but we're going to go through it. So we scroll down, continue to the form, and then we begin to work down the form. So I can either do a new payer or a renewal, and then right there off the bat, EIN number. And again, we're going to pull that off of the EIN number that the IRS has sent us, or we already have it saved somewhere. So telephone, if you are a sole proprietor, then you would put the business for your name here. If you are a business entity, then you'd skip the first name line and put in business entity. Email address, trade name. So trade name would be basically, many times people operate under a different name, a DBA. So for our business, Warrior Holdings LLC is the LLC. We do business as Peterson Farms. So that's what we would put in there. Keep scrolling down. And this is that tax year piece. So again, there is no proration to it. So if I were to pay today and I were to pick the 23-24 tax season, be a little foolish, but I would have a little over a month to transact the business before this tax license would expire. So I want to make sure I put in 2024 because I want this to start July 1st of 2024 and then expire June of 25. And then we'd put in our FFL. So we pull that off of our FFL license and put that in, and then keep moving. I put the whole number in. Now, the annual tax or fee is one of two. It's either $500 or $1,000. If you are a O1 licensed dealer, then it's 500 bucks. No other option. If you are an importer or a manufacturer, it's one of two price tiers, 500 or $1,000. The $500 is a reduced tax if your gross receipts are less than $500,000 for the previous calendar year or tax year that IRS tax year that you filed for your business. Many people are on a calendar year, so in the previous calendar year, if your gross receipts were less than 500,000, then you would pick the 500,000 if you're an 07 or importer. Again, if you're a dealer, you only got one choice, which is 500 bucks. Keep working down the form, business information, etc., and keep filling this thing out, working your way from top to bottom, and then make sure if this applies to you, the gross receipts piece, you want to make sure you check that if you picked one of the reduced rate taxes. Okay. Continue to the bottom, signature, etc. Fill it out, view the PDF, and continue. And then you're going to make your payment, pay with credit card, pay with ACH, whatever. And then in about 3 weeks, they are going to send you your SOT. Looks like this. And again, it goes from say July 1st of 23. This is my current one to June of 24. It's got some information on it. It's got my EIN number on it, etc. And then that is the document that we would send to the warehouses, to the other FFLs, etc. So that's the SOT process and kind of what it is. Hope you found it beneficial. If you want to find out more information about us, you can go to petersonfarmsusa.com. Again, we have two products. Cerberus Live Scan, which is the EFT and fingerprinting solution for SOTs and FFLs. And then we also have Merlin, which is a distributor warehouse tool that you can search right now 11 different distributors and sources to pull down inventory and pricing position. And then last but not least, find us on Spotify or where you choose to listen. Share it with your friends and let us know that we're out there. Again, my name is Dan from Peterson Farms, Cerberus Live Scan. Thank you for your time. Look forward to talking to you.